Greetings, Captains. Gunship here. Hope you are doing well. I want to talk to you today about the 80%. And with that, I mean the 80% that War Thunder say never pay a dime. It's basically also looked at as the 80% that just give up on the game. And why is that? So a little while back, we had a big problem in Naval, and you can argue we still have a problem in Naval. But at least it has been somewhat addressed, and they did that a couple of years ago. Now, people expected, when they saw War Thunder advertised, to get into a battleship, a battle cruiser, or at the very least some kind of destroyer. And what they actually got was a small boat as a starter ship, and quite a long tree, because the coastal tree and the blue water tree was one big tree. So it took ages upon ages, and there was like a real RP wall at the end before you went from extensively the coastal fleet onto the sort of the blue water ship fleet, and actually got a ship that you sort of could recognize as a ship and not a boat. So, people might want to get a battleship or a big battle cruiser, and they got this little tiny boat, and that was terrible. Now, at least now, they do get a starter ship, and at least it's very easy and quick to get, for example, to a Fletcher class destroyer. This is at least half decent. I think they should do something similar for planes and for tanks. So an example of tanks, what players want to have is, for example, a big Abrams tank. What they expect is from something like this T-34 tank. At least that's a tank that they can recognize. But what they actually get is a World War I tank, or the very earliest form of a tank you can get. And the tree to get anywhere near the T-54 is very long and takes a long time to research. Now, if Gaiden did something about that would be helpful. If we have a quick look at the planes, well, what the players want is, for example, this F-14, but what they get is a biplane. It's a massive difference. I think players in this, they actually expect to get some kind of early jet, and that would be a lot more accepting to them. I think if we didn't put new players so far, like 100 years in the past, I think they would have a much bigger chance of wanting to stay and play War Thunder. And when you do that, then over time you'll also pay something for playing the game. And so you capture a lot of these 80% that is currently just lost into nothingness or other games. So I hope that they will listen to that, and maybe something will happen. I'm not saying that they should split the tech trees, by the way, of planes, tanks. That probably is a bad idea. But some kind of access to better equipment early on for a new player, I think would be very welcome. That's all. Have a good one.